Welcome back to the channel. You know what to do, please hit the like and subscribe button. Today's topic is feminism and the black women and the effects on the black family. First, let's look at what feminism really is. Feminism was a wicked trick by the powers that be to get the housewife out of the home for more tax money to the government. Remember, in the turn of the century, most women were housewives up until the feminist movement came along in the early 60s. They had to find a way to get these women out of the house and working so they could be taxed. So they came up with this trick, is what I call it, and they used white women to sell it. They said women needed equal rights to men, even though they were housewives living at home. They said women were equal to men and they didn't have to stay home and could do everything a man can do. Being a good wife and mother were no longer important. They could sleep with whoever they wanted, cuss, swear. In other words, they could change their roles and become men. All this seemed like a good idea. They piggybacked off the civil rights movement, where blacks were just trying to have equal rights and stop Jim Crow laws and redlining at the banks and get equal pay. It was the civil rights movement. Now this dirty sick of feminism was thrown into the mix. At first, on the face of it, it seemed like a good idea to give so-called equal rights to women. What was wrong with that? The problem was for black women. That was not what they were fighting. The black family had always been good. High marriage rates, kids born into two-parent homes. That feminism stuff was the white women's madness and a government trick. But guess what? Their trick worked to perfection. Not only did the women burn their bras and turn to whoredom, and white women started coming out of the homes and working and being taxpayers, they got two birds with one stone. Or trick, the black women started picking up on that madness. Feminism, they started getting abortions and leaving their husbands and family under the umbrella of independent woman, and all hell broke loose after that. Let's fast forward 50 years. Where are we now? 80% of our children are born out of wedlock. 75% of our women are single. 90% of our women filed for their own divorce. 60% of the women who are homeless are black women, and it keeps rising at an alarming rate. Millions of our children killed. With abortion, 80% of our children resides in homes of single women. The prison population for black women has more than doubled. Along with that of our children, our communities have become war zones because these kids have no father in the home. These women have taken that independent women thing to a different level. It's all about them. They replaced good husbands with government handouts. Their war cry is me and my happiness, no matter who it hurts, or the destruction of family or relationships. With no guardrails, these women act like they lost their mind, fighting and arguing in public, stealing from store, robbery, even murder. You look around at the black communities, they are in a mess. Our kids are tattooing themselves up and coloring their hair and face and nose rings, and this is even among the educated black women. Most look like fools if you're just being honest about it. These women are delusional, looking like and acting like complete fools, and single, talking about who they won't settle for. Most of these women are a disgrace, which most of us seem too afraid to point out. Feminism has destroyed our women and communities, and our children, and there is no end in sight to this stupidity. As a single man looking for a good woman, it's heartbreaking what's out there, and believe it or not, a lot of this mess has rubbed off onto the men. A lot of our men have become weak and settle for the kind of trash these women present to them. These men have turned into some weak version of what a man should be. I see these men out and they have no control over their women. She can dress like a whore, be loud, cuss, you name it. These brothers will stand around like fools and let these ignorant women act a fool people to anyone who have any kind of understanding left. Feminism was a dirty trick, and our women have fell into its snares. It's so sad out here, watching our women make damn fools of themselves. And there's nothing you can do about it. I cannot be the only one who sees this madness going on. And for some reason it has made these women unable to reason or see any kind of truth. And it's sad. I don't see a future for our communities. I only see it getting worse. How do we turn it around? I don't think we can. We already passed the point of no return. Thanks for stopping by. Please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. This is Reno in the mix. I'm out.